Our first encounter occurs in the quiet, misty forests of Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia. The clip was shared by Paranormal Discovery, a YouTube channel dedicated to exploring haunted and forgotten places. That night, he and his dog set up camp near the ruins of an old poor farm, a grim sight that once held the destitute and the mentally ill. Locals still believe the land carries their unrest. At first, the knight feels calm as he activates his spirit box, asking about the deadly fire of 1929 that once destroyed this place. For a while, only faint static and distant noises reply. Then, without any warning, the mood shifts. The air feels charged and disturbingly still.
What's up, yo? Welcome back to another haunted campout. Currently, we are back at the Salt Marsh Trail. I do have this girl right here. She's gonna be joining me today, but this is kind of a mixture between a good haunting and some Bigfoot stuff. So there is, in fact, a haunting going on. Now, if you guys were to go back a long time ago, I'd say a good 2 years is when we first discovered this spot. There is a very odd feeling to this set of wildlands. And I think it has everything to do with the poor farm. The people are still here. We've proven that. Like I said, hit the description down below. Start off this video, I'm gonna be doing a different type of configuration. Now, I'm gonna make sure to put it up. I don't even know what the configuration's called, but it's kind of like an open fly, but if it rains, they'll be protected kind of thing. It's not gonna be like the tent or the tents that I've been kind of making. So without further ado, these are 100% rainproof. So yeah, without further ado, let's get the campfire ready, get our equipment ready, and yeah, go camping. Let's go. Anyone from the poor farm here that wants to communicate, let me know.
Throughout the night, he mentions a creeping sense of being watched. It feels as though unseen figures linger just beyond his campfire's light. Faint movements and flickering shadows add to his unease. Then, a sudden sharp noise startles both him and his dog, causing an instant wave of fear. His dog's tense posture and focused stare into the darkness speaks volumes, indicating something strange is out there.
You alright, baby? Yo, I think she sees something. You good, Key? You okay? Why do I feel like that? I feel like something is going to happen to me. Like I feel threatened. I don't think we're dealing with the people from the poor farm. I think I'm legitimately dealing with something a little bit extra. Holy shit. Okay, there's some sort of vibe up here. What the f was that?
I'm touching your back.
Whoa! What the?
Yes, I'm here.
Key's looking at me like, are you good? Who am I talking to right now? Did you just scream in the distance? I heard this massive howl.
Choking.
Moments later, both spot movements, a tall, humanoid shape lingering beyond the tree line. The uploader mentions reports from a Bigfoot research project, noting that several sightings were logged in this very area. As he pushes further into the woods, the sound of snapping branches follows. Something, or someone, is pacing with him. Though the video never confirms what it is, the fear is palpable, amplified by the dog's restless behavior.
Okay. Oh, hear that? Hello? I think I see a Sasquatch. I swear I just saw something move. That was kind of tall. Are you a Sasquatch? I'm Lamar. This is my dog. I am almost guaranteeing you that I just saw something. Or somebody's walking through the trees back there.
Need time.
What the f***? This has got to be the creepiest set of forests
I enjoy the company.
I've actually done in a while. I know this isn't endangered land, but why is it so creepy right here? Like it's legitimately creepy.
It's not human.
Holy shit. It's not human. If it's not human, then what is it? A Wendigo? Rake? Dogman?
When he restarts the spirit box, the responses grow darker. A voice murmurs, "This is secret." Another says, "You will find it below." Then a single word repeats, "Sacrifice." He freezes, convinced someone is standing just outside the firelight. But when he spins around, the clearing is empty. The sense of presence, however, lingers, heavy and unrelenting.
What the? Yo, someone's at the camp. I swear to God, I just saw a shadow by the camp. What the? Let's go, Key. Hello? Hello? Oh my God. Nobody is at the camp. Key, I know you saw that too, right? It looked like someone was just walking from like where the bonfire is right over. What the shit? Oh my God. This is nuts. Okay. Okay, that's freaking creepy, dude. I thought someone just like walked up, because we were kind of like on a path. If you were to come to the Cole Harbor like area, all the paths kind of lead up, and so like anyone could walk up here. Thing is, no one's here. I just saw something. Like it looked like a normal person came and just was like, "Oh, there's a camp here." Man, I'm like driving myself crazy, dude. Like it looked like a real person just came and was just like checking out the camp. And I'm like, I don't want anything to be stolen in the back of my head. I'm like, I gotta race back. And no one's here. Yeah, I'm losing my mind.
By the end of the night, exhaustion sets in. He admits that real encounters rarely happen with flashing lights or moving objects. They creep in quietly, through the dread of knowing something unseen is near. Nothing attacked yet, but the fear never left. With the possible Bigfoot sighting layered into the night's events, it stands as one of his most chilling videos yet.
Oh my God. Oh, I just saw someone stand right there. Right. Son of a bitch. I don't know what this feeling is, but whatever is in the forest is attached to it. I think that's what it is. The people that passed away on the property are probably still attached to the property, and they go everywhere. I know we haven't seen much, and like I know to you guys you probably haven't heard much either, but sometimes with the paranormal you get just vibes, you get just strong feelings, and you have to be here in person to really understand that, and to really, and this is why we're documenting it for you, is to really just give you guys the experience and just give you guys what we're encountering, you know what I mean? Plain and simple, clear and transparent. I just want to be that for you guys, and that's what I'm doing here. So, I mean, if you come to watch the paranormal, man, sometimes you just get vibes.
This experience is particularly eerie because it mixes mystery with traces of the supernatural, creating a sense of unease that lingers long after the video ends. The uploader mentioned plans to revisit the Cole Harbor woods, this time with more help to uncover what's really hiding there. Whether it's something paranormal or just our minds playing tricks, this footage leaves plenty to question. What do you think truly happened in those woods? We're on a mission to hit 5,000 subscribers before November. If you enjoy our content, please take a second to subscribe. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep going strong. Our second encounter comes from Heidi, who often escaped into the wild for peace and quiet, hunting, camping, and fishing far from anyone else. But one trip deep into the forest turned that peace into pure terror.
Alright, you guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the Wolf Pack. I don't know what has happened to this hunting season. It has just slipped by. I guess Thanksgiving and family stuff, and just this time of year is so busy. Been able to get out there a few times, but not as much as I would have liked to, and I feel like the rut is pretty much almost over. We've got a few days left of rifle season, so I'm gonna go sit for like a solid till dark, like 5 hours, which I used to be able to sit like all day sits, and I don't know, there's just too much stuff going on, but I feel like a solid 5 hour sit is going to be pretty good.
The day was calm at first. She set up her tent and began tracking. The forest was silent except for the crunch of leaves beneath her boots. Then, out of the trees, a huge bear appeared, moving straight in her direction.
Oh my gosh. You guys, that's insane. That thing was literally like nose to nose with me, and I freaked out and I said boo. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. I saw him running from like so far away, and he came literally straight to me, and my blind window is like all the way down, and he literally came and like looked in the window like at my face, and he was like making me this. I don't know what he was gonna do. I was so scared. I should have probably waited and just seen like what he was gonna do, but man, that was crazy. It's like the only thing I've seen so far, except a million squirrels, but that was crazy.
Heart pounding, she shouted with all her strength. The sudden noise startled the animal, sending it crashing back into the dark forest. As the night settled in, Heidi sat awake, flashlight in hand, waiting for any sound of its return. It never came, but the memory stayed. A quiet warning that the wild doesn't forgive hesitation. That was just a warm-up. The next clip? Let's just say you might want to sleep with the lights on tonight. We move on to Dan, the creator behind the channel. Sort of interesting, who is best known for his quiet, minimalist camping adventures. He spends most of his nights outdoors, hidden beneath the stars in his bivy bag, exploring secluded parts of the British countryside. His channel celebrates the calm of nature, stealth camping, simple gear, and solitude, but that calm would soon be tested. After a family dinner, Dan grabbed his kit and set out for another quick stealth camp, his third in just 8 days. He wanted something spontaneous, something remote. Inspired by other wild campers, he pushed through tall grass and damp ferns, searching for a clearing deep enough to disappear into. The plan was to travel light, set up quietly, and blend into the wild.
Okay, so I am definitely concealed, although that might only count if I'm about 2 feet from the ground at most. So I'm just going to have a quick scout around this area for somewhere that's a little clearer to put maybe my basic ground sheet poncho down. But this is already quite amusing and humorous an activity to try and do. Wish me luck.
Dan eventually picked a narrow patch hidden among tall weeds. The cover wasn't ideal. Sitting upright made him visible from a distance, but it seemed good enough for a short stay. He spread out his shade, arranged his sleeping bag, and settled down, hoping for a quiet night under the trees. Yet from the very beginning, the peace he expected never arrived. Voices carried through the air, dogs barked in the distance, and the faint buzz of chainsaws echoed across the valley. At one point, he even crossed paths with a dog walker on his way back to camp. His plan for going unnoticed had clearly fallen apart, but once night settled in, the noise faded and the forest grew still. Dan slipped inside his sleeping bag, comforted by the darkness pressing in around him. Everything seemed peaceful. No more footsteps, no more voices, just quiet air and the soft hum of night. He closed his eyes, expecting the calm to last, but what happened next became something far more sinister.
I might be going absolutely mad here. I swear there's been like a firefly. I'm gonna shut up. I think I can hear footsteps. I can't. I am keeping an extreme low profile right now. I think that the laser was coming from the far side of the trees, but I'm not 100%. I don't think it was actually aimed at me. I think it was just shining a laser for the sake of it. But it's certainly woken me up a little bit. But to be honest, it's been quiet for about 10 minutes now, so I'm not too worried. There's a dog in here!
While resting inside his sleeping bag, barely conscious, Dan was jolted awake by a sudden burst of harsh white light cutting through the dark. Before his mind could catch up, a figure stood just outside, flashing both a torch and what looked like a laser straight at him. Disoriented and scared, Dan blurted out the first words that came to him. "There's a dog in here." He later described it as the fastest shift from sleep to full awareness he had ever experienced. The advantage of his simple setup was that he could pack it all up in under 2 minutes, grab and move. Within seconds, he was gone. His third camping trip in 8 days ended sooner than planned. What made this moment truly disturbing was how it broke every quiet rule of wild camping. When you go out seeking peace under the stars, the last thing you expect is someone approaching with lasers and lights. Was it pranksters, locals playing games, or something far more sinister? For those who spend nights in the wild like Dan, gut feelings matter most. When a place feels wrong, it usually is. Sometimes the only brave choice is to leave immediately. Think that was terrifying? Just wait, what's next will make your heart race like never before. This disturbing case occurred on September 1st, 2025, when a YouTube user named Northern Lights posted a video that quickly gained attention online. The footage was originally filmed by a man named Felix back in 2018, deep within the frozen lands of Nunavik. The region is quiet, beautiful, and mostly untouched, but as Felix found out, it can also be deadly. Alone on a hunting trip, he spent the night inside a small cabin. Then, around 1:30 a.m., something outside woke him, something massive scraping against the walls.
tekohan igaramusi. Mani ubenet teko. Oh teko arga. Kalle.
Ongeveer lau himania ma.
Mangala. Kalle.
Suvi.
Sia.
Sama aja.
Uning aktorial kapillo. Uning asi var kujupt.
When the video begins, you can see why he panicked. A massive polar bear stands right outside his window. Its head nearly fills the frame. The sound of its heavy breathing and claws against the wood is terrifying. Felix keeps whispering, trying not to draw attention, but the fear in his voice says it all. The bear lingers, curious and hungry, before finally walking off into the darkness. But Felix's nightmare doesn't end there. Minutes later, a second bear appears, this one even larger. It circles the cabin, brushing against the walls, sniffing the air. Every sound echoes in the quiet Arctic night. Felix knows the thin wood won't stop the creature if it decides to break through. His breathing grows faster as the camera shakes. Then, just as suddenly as it came, the bear vanishes into the snowy blackness. Felix makes it through till morning, but the encounter remains haunting proof that when you're alone in the Arctic, you're never truly safe. If that last clip freaked you out, hold tight, because the next one will send your fear levels through the roof. This disturbing encounter involves a creator named Safety Third, a YouTuber who often documents his adventures exploring hidden or forgotten places. His videos are normally calm, no drama, no jump scares, just quiet footage of him walking through the woods or underground tunnels. But one particular trip into the Daniel Boone National Forest broke that pattern. He set out alone to find old abandoned mines, recording as usual. Early on, he found one collapsed tunnel entrance and kept moving, unaware that something far stranger was ahead. Not long after, he reached a much larger mine, and that's when things took a very unsettling turn.
It looks like we're missing a good one. Good grief, y'all. Yeah, we're missing a real good one. Look at that. I don't think these are like very old at all. That's a pretty high coal seam too. And it's dry. What the freak?
Without warning, a blood-curdling scream rang out across the forest. The sound echoed through the trees, loud enough to send chills down his spine. His camera shakes slightly as he starts moving faster, clearly nervous. In the video's description, he later explained that he was miles from the nearest trail or road, completely alone. That detail makes the scream even more disturbing. He never figured out who made it or what it was, and honestly, maybe that's for the best. We've saved the most disturbing for last. This final clip is not for the faint of heart. It was September 2024 when Megan Page decided to spend a night in the woods, desperate to get away from the turmoil at home. But out there, her nightmare was only just beginning.
I miss the psychiatric hospital. And I think I've been out for 5 days. It was safe there. When I got home from the psychiatric facility, there were cockroaches in my bed. Can you believe that? So that's why I'm in Humboldt. That's why I'm back in Humboldt. I'm staying at my dad's again, and it's really bad. Every day we've been scream fighting. And then I come to the woods for like 4 hours and decompress.
While filming a casual vlog update, Megan suddenly noticed faint footsteps closing in from behind. The sound was slow, heavy, and far too close for comfort.
And then I go back home, and then he acts like nothing happens. Like a true narcissist. Like the true narcissist here. Okay, well you scared me.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Out of the darkness stepped a man holding a shattered bottle, insisting he wouldn't hurt her. Yet his glassy eyes and strange, incoherent speech made it clear he wasn't in control of himself. The threat wasn't loud, it was unpredictable.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm a sweetheart. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
probably more dangerous than me. You're probably more evil than me. Look at this right here. You're saying. You're bomb. Little stoner.
Okay, that was terrible.
Thinking fast, Megan kept her voice calm and managed to diffuse the tension before things escalated further.
What the fuck? I'm shaking. That was scary. Thought I was just about to get killed. He said that I looked evil. I can't even enjoy the woods because of tweakers. Like, look how beautiful it is here. I love Humboldt, but the tweakers, he was coming right at me. And so obviously I'm gonna be scared. And then he's like, you're probably more scary than me. Your dark hair and your veins.
When the footage went public, viewers were horrified. One comment read, "You're lucky he saw your camera. He probably thought you were streaming live." That small detail may have stopped him from attacking. What makes this even scarier is that Megan was living in her car at the time, with no real place to hide or feel safe. For her, that night in the woods wasn't just unsettling, it was a reminder of how easily danger can find you when you're alone. You've watched this far, but if you leave without subscribing, you'll never know what insane content you're missing next.